AI is everywhere nowadays. Whether it's ChatGPT, Gemini, Claude, or that weird racist one, many of us interact with some AI or other on an almost daily basis. But when we interact with these chatbots, there's often something off about their responses, in a way that's difficult to pin down. They seem to know exactly what they're talking about, and they write in kind of the same way that a human does. But on closer inspection, their responses are not just wrong, but wrong in a particularly unsettling way. They're entirely made up. When chatbots produce false claims, the dominant explanation is that they are hallucinating. This metaphor is everywhere, from news headlines to AI companies' press releases. The suggestion is that the chatbot is attempting to represent the world accurately, but occasionally misperceives. The model is aimed at truth, but it sometimes makes mistakes. But a recent paper argues that this metaphor is not just inaccurate, but actively misleading and perhaps even dangerous. AIs, they claim, are not hallucinating at all. They're bullshitting. The philosopher Harry Frankfurt, who coined the term in his 1986 essay, makes a distinction between lying and bullshitting. A liar has to care about the truth. In order to lie successfully, one has to know, or at least believe, what is true, and then deliberately say something else. But a bullshitter is indifferent to the truth. They speak in order to sound knowledgeable, authoritative, or insightful. What they say might be true or false, but the important point is that a bullshitter simply doesn't care. This is where AI enters the picture. AIs are not designed to represent the world, or to test hypotheses, or to check their claims against reality. They're designed to predict which words are most likely to come next, given a preceding string of text. When ChatGPT or Gemini produces a response, it doesn't care whether what it said is correct. All it cares about is whether its response sounds correct in this particular conversational context. This explains a phenomenon that many students have probably encountered. AI often makes up academic citations. It doesn't invent sources because it's confused or misremembering. It invents them because, in academic writing, confident claims are typically followed by citations. The chatbots are doing exactly what they are built to do, generating text that fits the user instructions, regardless of whether the content corresponds to anything in the real world. That is not hallucination, it's bullshit. The authors of the paper make a further distinction between soft bullshit and hard bullshit. Soft bullshit involves producing statements with no concern for their truth. Hard bullshit goes further. It involves misleading the audience about one's agenda, creating the impression that one's engaged in truth-telling when one is not. At a minimum, AI soft bullshits. It can't care about the truth because it has no mind, no beliefs, and no ability to check its own responses against the real world. Whether its answers are true or false doesn't matter. But the situation becomes more troubling when we notice that AI chatbots are often designed to look like knowledgeable conversation partners that produce reliable information. They explain themselves patiently. They hedge where appropriate. They cite sources. They very much seem like they know what they're talking about. Even if we resist the idea that AI has intentions, the system as a whole is designed to project epistemic trustworthiness, and that nudges them uncomfortably close to hard bullshit. AI companies want us to think that their chatbots are helpful, and that they say true things at least most of the time. Sometimes they do. Good bullshit often contains some degree of truth, and that's precisely what makes it so convincing. Whatever the case, AI chatbots are clearly bullshit machines, spitting out text that is indifferent to the truth. This is why the term hallucination is so dangerous. It suggests that AI chatbots are trying to see the world clearly, but occasionally get it wrong. AI companies tell us that if only they had better data, more parameters, and better inputs, then their chatbots would hallucinate less and provide better responses. But the problem never was hallucination. It's bullshit. Frankfurt warned that bullshit is more corrosive to public life than lies. Liars still respect the distinction between true and false. Bullshitters disregard it altogether. And this, the authors of the recent paper argue, is the real risk posed by AI chatbots. The danger is not that they sometimes fail, but that they succeed too well at producing the appearance of knowledge. And right now, this is the worst that these chatbots will ever be. They will keep getting better and better at what they do, and it will become more and more difficult to separate the truth from the bullshit. The words we use to talk about this stuff are important. Whether we call it hallucination or bullshit tells us something about what these AI chatbots are, and just as importantly, what they're not. The point of this video is not to convince you that you're wrong to use AI chatbots or to never use them again. Rather, the point is to be critical when engaging with these tools. When we go on the internet, we know that much of what we see is bullshit. By talking about AI responses in the same way, we can all hopefully become a little more aware of what these shiny new tools are actually telling us. Thank you very much for watching, peace and love, and I'll see you in the next video.